Fabrizio Romano gives us the latest update on Mikel Merino to Arsenal. It's getting closer, guys. Let's get all into the news today.
Welcome back, guys, to another Arsenal transfer news show.
Declan Rice has officially signed for Arsenal.
Players in before the start of the season, if this deal gets done before the start.
So Fabrizio's came out and said on the latest on Mikel Merino to Arsenal, it's getting closer. It's not done yet. They still need some conversations with Real Sociedad in terms of the payment structure, of the add-ons. So they need to clarify some important parts of the deal with Sociedad. But the conversation between Arsenal and Real Sociedad is ongoing. At the moment, it's all verbal exchanges. Still no official bid to close the deal. That is coming. He said this on Give Me Sport a few hours ago, guys. So yes, the deal is getting closer. However, we're still not quite yet in terms of the whole payment structure. And in terms of Arsenal actually putting a bid, we have not even putting a bid for Mikel Merino yet. But it's looking like, the fee around that will be 30 million euros, which we think will be accepted. Reports saying it will be accepted. That will be enough for Mikel Merino to join Arsenal. He's agreed the personal terms. That is no issue there. Obviously he's there was other clubs. There's even Spanish clubs in for him. Atletico Madrid were looking at him. Barcelona also looking at him. And it's interesting how he, didn't want to stay in Spain because he's Spanish born. He's been playing Sociedad. He's been playing in La Liga now for many, many years, and he's decided he wants to come to Arsenal over a team like Barcelona and Atletico Madrid and staying in Spain, really. So the personal terms not be an issue, guys. That's all sorted out. The player wants Arsenal. It's just about now getting the bid in, and we're still ongoing talks about the whole add-ons and the deal itself. And you know what it's like with Arsenal, guys. This still will go on and on and on for many, many weeks. Look what happened with the Calaflori deal, guys. Eventually it did get done, but it was a similar story. We were talking about him every single day, but it's a similar story that the player wants Arsenal, but Arsenal still yet to do the fee. And it's the same situation with Mikel Merino, guys. But I think it will get done. You know what it's like with Edu and Arsenal. For some reason, it takes quite a while for Arsenal to get deals done. So I do think this will drag out for a few more weeks, but eventually we will get done. And look, in terms of the player itself, in terms of this type of signing, I think it's a decent signing, and there's many positives about Mikel Merino. I think one of the main factors though we've got to look at is he's been in the Premier League before. Yeah, he's played in the Premier League with Newcastle. Is he going to be able to adapt to the Premier League? That's the big question for me, because he's been there for Newcastle already. Didn't really work out for him at Newcastle. And, he's gone back to Spain in La Liga. He's been doing really well in La Liga. But that's my only sort of worry about this type of player. It's a player that's getting older as well. 28 years of age. He is getting older, but we're signing for that sort of experience. The most I've seen this guy obviously play was in the Euros with Spain. He came off the bench, scored against Germany. Obviously, I do not watch a lot of Sociedad, so I don't know how well he plays there. But the small things I have saw of him, I think there's lots of good signs there. Coming in as most likely the next number 8 for Arsenal, which I said before we've been missing, I believe, since Granit Xhaka. That number 8 replacement there. I don't think we've actually replaced Granit Xhaka properly. We've seen Arteta try players like Kai Havertz there, not working out whatsoever. He put Declan Rice there and it worked really well. But I think Moreno's going to come in there. I think he's shown a lot of good attributes. I think he's excellent when it comes to winning the ball back. Out of possession, he's excellent. He has great game IQ and intelligence. You read in the game, I think it's, brilliant. I think he's a typical Spanish midfielder. He's more on the physical side of things, which is why I think he could do both roles really well. I think if we wanted to play Rice number 8, I think we could do that. I think we can play Moreno in the 6 as well. I know he's predominantly an 8, but I believe that the way how this guy plays and the way how he breaks the lines as well, I think he's very good at doing that, and his physicality as a player. I think he can do both roles, really well. And listen, as I said, excellent in terms of reading, breaking the lines. I think you saw him doing a lot with that at Sociedad. Obviously, he's played with Odegaard at Sociedad, and I was watching when they was obviously playing together. And yeah, they had a very good link up there as well. But he's always looking to play on the front foot. When he gets a ball, he's always looking to sort of, and he's not afraid to play like these sort of risky. Which is why I was looking at like some of the stats of him, and he's like, I think his pass rate is really, really low. But that is because he wants to play on the front foot. He's not afraid to play these sort of risky, passes, and you see him a lot. He just, looks decent when it comes to playing forward, and I think a player that Arteta really wants, because I think I said he can do multiple roles in the midfield. If he wanted him to drop deep, I think he can do that. If we wanted him to be more advanced, I think we can do that as well. The guy can get forward. I think he's shown that when we saw him in the Euros off the bench, scored for Spain. And as I said, when he played at Sociedad, very good at sort of playing more advanced as well. So I think there's a lot of good signs about this. So I think the fee as well is a very good fee. 30 million euros will be the sort of price tag for Mikel Merino, and I feel this will eventually get done as well. The player wants Arsenal over any other club, as we know. It's all about Arsenal agreeing the fee, but just hold tight, guys. It is getting closer. The deal is getting closer. We're just gonna have to wait and see there in a few weeks. Because, of course, we've got 3 weeks now until the window does officially end, guys. 3 weeks now until the window does end. And, yeah, we've only signed Calaflori, and we know we need a lot more. But this Mikel Merino coming in, guys, as a midfielder. I think, yeah, I think it's a decent signing. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sort of gas up the player too much, because I'll be honest, I do not watch Sociedad's. I've watched him play a few occasions in, of course, Spain. When he plays for Spain, I've seen him a few times there. I think we've all seen him in the Euros. And he looked good, man. Like, everything about him, literally, like his technical ability as well. I mean, as expected, all Spanish ballers, they're very good technically about them. And with the midfielders out there, realistically, options, obviously, we've lost out on the three which I liked Arsenal to sign. Like Douglas Luiz, I think would have been a good signing. He's gone to Juventus. Amadou Onana's gone to Aston Villa now. A player that we was looking at, player I would have took as well. Obviously, there's a whole talk about Fabrizio Romano. That's died down completely now. It looks like Arteta favours more of like a Mikel Merino type player. And this look like he's going to be our guy, guys. Mikel Merino to us. I know he's looking at Zubimendi as well. And again from Real Sociedad, but again that one's died down now. So it looks like Arsenal were looking to sign Mikel Merino, 28 years of age. Let us know you guys' thoughts on the signing as well. I think it's a decent signing. I think it ultimately I think it is a strengthen. I think it does strengthen our midfield a lot. He's going to come in. The midfielders are going to have Declan Rice, Moreno. I mean, you could maybe. This is the thing. We have so many options now with Merino coming in, because you can play them as a double pivot if you wanted to. You could play Rice and Merino as a double pivot. Again, Merino could play more deep, and Rice could play more advanced. Other way around as well. Merino could play more. I keep saying Merino. I need to get the name right properly. Not when I'm talking about. I keep saying Merino. Yeah, not Alberto Moreno. We're talking about Merino. I need to get that name right. But yeah, Merino could do the number 8, which everyone's saying he will be, and everyone's calling him the next, Granit Xhaka replacement. Or I think he can play number 6 as well. And Rice could play number 8. I really like Declan Rice playing number 8, but I think this is what we're missing, guys. That sort of player to come in, because when we have a good number 8 there, an actual, a natural number 8 who, not like Kai Havertz, for example, just clearly can't play there. Yeah, you saw the impact that Granit Xhaka had in the number 8 role in his last season at Arsenal. And you saw the impact, not just for him himself and how well he's playing, and he's getting into the box a lot more often, being more advanced. But you saw the impact it had on the other players in our squad, like Gabriel Martinelli. I thought thrived off of someone having Granit Xhaka there. I think that's why one of the reasons out of many why we saw Martinelli sort of drop off last season. But not even that. Like when we want to invert as well, it allowed more space for the inverted players. Like Zinchenko loved to invert, which is why he had a much better season when he had Granit Xhaka there, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of good signs about it still, guys. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 8K subscribers. If you're new, make sure you do subscribe. We're very close to hitting that. We do daily Arsenal content. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in my next one.